The trailer for season 10 of Real Housewives of Atlanta has been released, and it looks like this season is going to be a good one. The ladies' friendships have been realigned, and it looks like Nene is actually taking the side of Candy for once, as she almost comes to blows with Portia, who is now buddy-buddy with Kim.
911, what's your emergency?
I need to make a report.
And the ladies' relationships are also being exposed as Kenya's quickie wedding to Mark Daly is being scrutinized by the other ladies, and Sheree's relationship with her prison boyfriend is actually becoming a part of the show. I've done several videos on Sheree and her prison bae over the past few months, but I'm actually really surprised to see with her relationship with him portrayed on the show. I received an email from an anonymous source a few weeks ago that claimed Bravo was refusing to show Sheree's real relationship on the show because it would turn off viewers. And instead, Bravo wanted to show Sheree reconciling and co-parenting with Bob despite him abusing her in the past. This email came from the same source that sent me the original pictures of Sheree and her boo Tyrone Gilliams in prison without the watermark, so I'm sure they're a pretty reliable source. Here's what they had to say about Bravo not wanting to show Sheree's prison bae on the show. Keep in mind this was sent to me a few weeks ago, so it seems Bravo has had a change of heart and decided to show Sheree's real life on the show instead of the storyline they were crafting for her. The storyline for up-and-coming season 10 has been trumped by Bravo Real Housewives of Atlanta threatening to cease and desist any journalist brave enough to cover the story regarding Sheree and her love interest, who is currently incarcerated. It is also the cause of a recent firing of a line producer who is thought to be the mole leaking information within the network. Once the love connection story broke between Tyrone and Sheree, the story destroyed Bravo's Real Housewives of Atlanta storyline. Sheree's real story, having a man in prison, doesn't fit the RHOA brand, which is the real reason they fired Phaedra. Phaedra initially wanted to support Apollo until the network turned her against him by suggesting that Apollo may ruin her image. Although Phaedra sold Apollo out from the fear of losing her job, she ultimately still was fired from the show for an apparent sex rumor/scandal. Now Sheree finds herself in a similar situation because she no longer wants to pretend the scripted role of being in a relationship with her ex-husband Bob Whitfield, who had been abusive in the past and hasn't supported his kids over the last few years, allegedly. The fact is, Bravo Real Housewives of Atlanta has been discriminating against women being supportive of their significant other in prison. Because of this, Sheree is afraid that her job may be next. The U.S. Department of Justice statistics show that there are a total of over 1 million state and federal inmates currently incarcerated. Black men and women are the leading race populating the American prison system. Unfortunately, these statistics negatively impact Black families, #Black Lives Matter, which is obviously not good for the Bravo Real Housewives of Atlanta brand. Bravo Real Housewives of Atlanta would rather promote a lie to protect their brand instead of delivering a real story that reflects real people. Bravo has a history of forcing Black producers out of the network under the gag order. This is a common practice used by Bravo after stealing whatever idea or creative vision the producer brings to the table. According to our sources, Carlos King's services were no longer needed, causing him to leave behind creative ideas and relocate in the hopes of redeveloping his vision, allegedly. Real Housewives of Atlanta has even gone to the extent of recently firing another producer who told Sheree that Bob was going to be in multiple scenes with her without their permission. They wanted Bob to appear at her house unannounced to show co-parenting, which has never been the case since the separation/divorce. Bravo Real Housewives of Atlanta wants to show reconciliation between Sheree and Bob because it's an easier pitch than to pitch her love for a man in prison. It seems Bravo was forced to show Sheree's real-life love interest on the show due to the info leaked to the blogs about her and Tyrone Gilliams. And personally, I'd much rather see Sheree's real relationship with Tyrone than watch her fake one again with Bob.
I play on the video.